Hello and welcome to Odoo Live. My name is Noel, Community Manager here at Odoo San Francisco. Thank you once again for joining us. Today I'm one of our business advisors to talk about managing credit card payments in Odoo. Welcome, Raphael.
Thank you, Noel. Welcome, everyone.
As always, if you have any questions regarding today's topic, please leave your questions in the chat and we will answer them at the end during our question and answer session. Additionally, if you have additional questions not related to today's topic, you can always send us an email. We are at webinars@odoo.com, or to get in touch with Raphael directly. Raphael, what is your email?
Email is rpo@odoo.com.
So with all that being said, please go ahead and take it away, Raphael.
All right. Thank you, Noel, for the introduction. Welcome, everyone, to this webinar, again, managing credit card payments. So the agenda of the day, we're going to discuss the configuration needed at first. Then we'll go over an example from our e-commerce. And then we'll go over from an example starting from an online quote. But before we get started, a couple of different information. So this webinar is what I'd like to call intermediate level webinar. So you will need a decent understanding, sales application, invoicing, e-commerce, as well as website and accounting, in order to fully understand what I will discuss today. If you are not sure that this is the right level for you, don't worry, this webinar is being recorded, so you can go over, watch other webinar, and get back to this one at any time. Also, those information, this is a demo environment, so all the information that I'm showing are fake information, such as the credit card information that I will use. Those are fake and provided by the payment processor. So let's get it started. So the first thing that we need to configure is we need to allow online payment. So in order to do so, we need to go into our sales application, go in configuration, settings, and we need to scroll down a little bit. Right here under quotation and order, we can see online payment. This is not enabled out of the box in Odoo, so you will definitely have to come here one more time, sales, configuration, settings, and enable online payment. Then you can save and always give it a little bit of time to reload the information. So right now that online payment is enabled, let's look in payment acquire. So here is the list of all the payment acquired that Odoo is working with. No preferences, they all have pros and cons, and I'll be happy to discuss that with you if you send me an email afterward. So for the sake of this presentation, I'm going to use Stripe. No preferences, just I had to pick one. So the first thing you will have to do is click on install. I already did it beforehand. And then you can configure Stripe. Really important, you will not be able to create a Stripe account with Odoo. So you will want to go to Stripe, create your Stripe account, and then connect it to Odoo and to your database. So the first information being asked is your Stripe secret key, your Stripe publishable key, so you will be able to have it as soon as you create your Stripe account. You can define some automatic message whenever the payment is made for the pending payment, done message, cancel, and error. I won't spend much more time in that. And you will also have different configuration, such as are we going to save the card on file, are we the payment flow, things like that. So right now that we have our Stripe account configured, I just want to pass by the accounting application to show you that as soon as we define a payment acquirer and we configure it, Odoo will automatically create a new journal in our accounting application. So we can see here the Stripe journal has been created, and we can also see this journal here in our overview, or what I'd like to call the accounting dashboard. And the other configuration needed will be automatic invoice. So we can see this configuration under website, configuration settings. Scrolling down, and here I already enable it, but this is not enabled out of the box, so you will have to go into website, configuration settings, and enable automatic invoice. And you can also attach an email template that will be automatically sent to your client. So I will save that. And right now we're going to move forward and look at an example starting from our e-commerce platform. So let's go to our e-commerce. So here is a little website that I configured beforehand. So one more time, the purpose of this webinar is not to discuss e-commerce. We do have a webinar coming up this week, I think, or in the upcoming weeks about that. So there's obviously a lot of different layouts you could have, but it's not the topic of the day. So this is the client view. So this is the view that your client will have when they get into your e-commerce website. So let's pick a product, cable management box, for example. So pretty straightforward. We're going to add it to the cart. We're going to process to checkout. A couple different information will be asked, and today my name will be Jack John. My email address will be test@test.com. I'm being asked a phone number as well. So because this is just a demo, I do not want to provide my real information. I will just put Odoo business address. Let's go. And right here, we just need to define the state, and we can move forward to the payment page. So right here, as you can see, the two different options that I have, wire transfer or Stripe. So let's click on Stripe and pay now. Oops. All right, so here I'm going to input my credit card number. As you guys must be familiar in different e-commerce websites. So this credit card information is obviously a fake information. And I will pay for this purchase. Okay, we're just waiting a little bit for the payment. Okay, great. My payment has been successfully processed. Thank you for your order. So this is the view of the client. So right now, let's go back to the back end. So right now, if I go to my database, I will be able to find the sales order for this specific online sale. I can see it here at the top, sales order number 45, Jack John. And really important right here, if you guys are familiar with Odoo, you know that when we're dealing with tangible product, as soon as we make a sales order, there will be a delivery order being triggered. But right now, because we enable online payment and automatic invoice, the invoice has been generated. So I can see it here. And more importantly, because the payment has been made already, we can see that the status of the invoice is directly in the paid status. And I can also look at the same invoice from my accounting application. If I go my customer invoice, I can see Jack John invoice right here for the cable management box for a total of $115. Amount due 0 because the payment has been done already. Really important information here. is the journal entry have been made by Odoo, so we can access that here, and we can see our debit and our credit from here. If I go back to my accounting overview, what I like to call dashboard, I will also be able to see this transaction under my Stripe journal. And I can see also the list of the customer payment. So I can have access to that as well. So that's for the e-commerce example. Right now, I will show you an example starting from an online quote. So I will go to my sales application. I will create a quote. So I will create a quote actually for myself. And I will pick the product cable management box one more time. I will define the validity, let's say until the end of the month, and payment term, you can say immediate payment. I will save that. I can print obviously this quote. You can see it here. Oops. Okay, I can go back here. But really important right now, what I want to do is I want to share this quote with my client. I want to share the online version of the quote with my client. So I can go into action. You guys must be familiar with that already. I can share this. I will share this with with the same client, obviously. From here, my client will receive this quote right here. So this is the quote, this is the view for my client. So I just send him a quote. You can see it here on his email. So I will open it. And here we have access to our online quote. I can look at it. Couple cool feature here is that I can type a message and the salesperson that sent me the quote will be able to receive that directly and will be able to communicate. But for right now, everything looked good to me, so I will accept and sign. So let's do a nice signature. Up, pretty good. And right now I do have the option of paying now. So that's what I'm going to do. One more time, I have the same option that I had on the e-commerce website. I do have either a wire transfer or a Stripe. So I will go ahead. I will input my credit card number one more time. $619, 123, and I will make the payment. We need to give it a little bit of time for the payment to process. It is still waiting. Okay, great. My online payment has been successfully processed. So right now I will receive an invoice right here in my email, so I can look at it, either online invoice, or I will also receive the PDF format of it. So this is again for the view on the client side. So let's get back to our database. So I can go to my sales order, and I will be able to see this sales order. So I send it as a quote. Right now it has been moved to the sales order status automatically because I accept, I pay. So we can see our sales order right here. One more time, because this is a tangible product, Odoo automatically trigger a delivery order. And because we pay and we enable automatic invoice, one invoice has been created. And again, this invoice has been created and is in status of paid. So I will be able to find this invoice one more time in my accounting application. I have access to it right here, so I can look at it. Everything looks good, it's paid, and I will have access to my journal entry again, so I can see the debit and the credit here. So that's for the example starting from the online quote. The last thing I want to show you is that we can also see the payment from our Stripe journal right here, and we can see the Stripe payment right here. So for the client Raphael, that's me, $115, and we can click on it and see the payment right here. The last thing I want to show you is that we will be able to find all those information as well into our general ledger. So here is our general ledger. You must be a little bit familiar with general ledger in Odoo in order to fully understand this webinar. And you can see here the payment of this specific transaction. So this one was from the e-commerce website. And we can also access the payment from the one that we did through the online quote. And we can one more time access our journal entry here. Okay, and that is pretty much it for today. And right now we're gonna leave it open for some question.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to give folks an opportunity to see if they have any last-minute questions for us, but it looks like there aren't any at the moment. So in the meantime, I would like to remind everyone that we are currently in the midst of our Odoo 12 tour. If you would like to see us on the road, we have events happening in this country and all around the world, and to find the latest information on all of those events, you can find it at on our website, which is odoo.com/events. Raphael, do you have any events that you're going to be going to in the near future?
Yes, I will be in Oklahoma City on July 18. So you can find me there. I think it's by night. We have like 3 hours of demonstration and question and answer.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean they're free events, and it'll give you an opportunity to meet us in person if you only know from our webinars and videos. So it's a free networking event for you or anybody who wishes to go. Well, it looks like you covered it well enough. I'm not seeing any questions here on the chat. So I'd like to thank you once again for the presentation.
For having me.
Absolutely. As always, I'd like to remind you guys, if you do have any lingering questions that we didn't address today, you can always send us an email. We are at webinars@odoo.com, or to get in touch specifically with Raphael. Raphael, one more time, what is your email address?
My email address is rpo@odoo.com.
Excellent. Well, then I think for all of us here, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we can continue making these webinars for you. And from all of us here at Odoo San Francisco, thank you all for watching. We will see you all next time.